Hello and welcome to another edition of Mustang Minute here on the Brown and Gold Network at smsumustangs.com. I'm Kelly Loft, Athletic Communications Director at Southwest Minnesota State University. We'll take a look at our upcoming schedule of events for Mustang Athletics. There's a lot going on as we enter the month of November, but with us now is the head coach of the women's basketball team here at Southwest Minnesota State, Mike Jewett, beginning his fourth season. And Coach, we've got practice underway and the season's just a couple of weeks from starting the regular season. It's got to be an exciting time right now.
Exciting time, busy time, time to get a sense of who we are and who we could potentially be, and we're really at that point. You know, we've had 9 practices. Today will be our 10th, and we have some idea of what our potential might be, but got a lot of wrinkles to iron out, and you know, we've got a lot of time to do it. We play late this year. You know, November 20th is the opener, so we've still got quite a few practices. You know, at least 3 weeks before we have a competition.
As you talk about it, you've got a few weeks before you play a regular season game. What's your main focus right now in this first 2 to 3 weeks before you have your first exhibition game?
There's a lot of teaching that goes on, teaching the basic fundamental skills that we want and reinforcing what we did in our skill sessions in the preseason, and then we work hard on our offensive and defensive systems. And then we're allowed a combination of 2 or 3 exhibition/scrimmages, and so you can use those as teaching points as well, and just keep making progress every day. You know, get a little better individually, and hopefully our team develops a little more continuity and chemistry, and we are prepared as best we can be for that opener.
Now, obviously, you lost a very good senior last season, Sarah Lyda, who scored over 1,000 points and was a great rebounder. Who's going to take her spot, or not necessarily replace her, but some of the players that fans are used to seeing, and maybe some of the new players as well, newcomers?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll replace Sarah with one kid, but I think we can, get as much, if not more, productivity from a group of players. I think Laura Kramer continues to develop, and we're expecting a strong junior season out of her. Abby Keneally's an improved player, and I think can give us a inside-outside scoring punch, much like Sarah did, but at 6'1", with a little more athleticism and size. And then Miley Hunsiger is a freshman from Okoboji who I think is going to be a good player. Inside-outside kid, undersized like Sarah, a little bit more athletic than Sarah. So I think, when I look at those 3, I think that those are the 3 right now that have really stepped up and I think give us a nice inside-outside combination.
We've got a nice home schedule of games this year. We have a home classic right in the month of November, and then, of course, our conference. So let's talk about the schedule again this year, because this conference has proven it's probably one of the best in the country.
Yeah, our conference opponents, night in, night out, you can get beat if you don't show up and first give your best effort and secondly execute. You've got to be able to play at a high level, not only on a Friday night but on a Saturday night, and it's something that I think a young team continues to learn, and hopefully our veterans can teach that to our newcomers. And then our non-conference schedule, we've got some out-of-state Division II opponents that I think are going to be big tests for us. I think Truman is an improved program, plays in a really tough league, and then Hillsdale's coming off one of their best years in the school's history. Thank goodness they graduated their All-American, but at the same time we got I think 4 out of their top 6 scorers back. So and it's good preparation for what we're going to see on NSIC weekends. And
of course the Mustangs in your years now, you've improved in wins each season. Obviously our goals is to finish as high as you can in the conference, right, and compete for a playoff berth. But what are some of your goals that are attainable for your team this season that you've talked about so far with your team members?
Yeah, I think it starts with consistency. I mean, it seems like an intangible thing, but I mean we've got to play more consistently than what we have been. We can't get a big win at home on a Friday night and then not be the same team on Saturday night. So we're working on consistency day to day in practice, weight training, all those things, and then I think if we're more consistent, it gives us a chance to have a winning record, which is one of our goals. And beyond that, we want to be one of the top 8 teams in the league so that we can make the conference tournament. And again, most importantly, it goes back to what we talked about initially in terms of what are we emphasizing now is just day-to-day improvement. And if we can approach it every day of the season like that, then I think we have an opportunity to reach those latter 2 goals.
Well, Mike, thanks for being on. I know it's your first time on Mustang Minute. You did a very good job on it, and best of luck this season.
Thank you. I was really nervous, and hello to all the fans out there.
All right. Thanks, Coach. That's head coach of the women's basketball team, Mike Jewett, here on Mustang Minute. And, of course, the Mustang women's basketball team will have their regular season starting up here in the month of November. A couple of other events going on here for Mustang Athletics. Here as we wrap up the month of October and head into November. Big weekend for Mustang volleyball coming up on Friday night. The volleyball team will host Minnesota Duluth. That'll be a 7 o'clock start on Friday, October 30th. And then the Mustangs will host Bemidji State starting at 3 o'clock. That's at the PE Gym. Mustang football has their last regular season road game of the season on Halloween afternoon at Northern State. And the soccer team's at Minnesota Crookston. As we enter the month of November, soccer will be at Minnesota State Moorhead on Sunday, November 1st. And then we've got basketball starting. The men's basketball team will have their exhibition opener on Tuesday, November 3rd, hosting St. Olaf right here at the RA facility. And that game will start at 7 o'clock. And then going into November 6th and 7th, the wheelchair basketball team will have their season opener here in Marshall as well as they take on Wisconsin Whitewater, one of the top teams in wheelchair college basketball. So again, for all the updates in Mustang athletics, check out the website here at smsumustangs.com with stats, roster information, and all that you need to know here for Mustang Athletics at the official website at smsumustangs.com. Don't forget also Facebook, YouTube, Twitter as well, keeping you up to date on all the happenings of Mustang Athletics. Thanks for watching this week's Mustang Minute. I'm Kelly Loft. Go Mustangs.